This video is brought to you by Jab.se, the lead supplier of MMA gear in Scandinavia. BetSafe.com, Europe's only online betting site for MMA.
Sebastian Mel Martinez with MMA Net and StudioMMA, and we're here with Ross, Real Deal Pearson. And Ross, tell us, how are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm loving this English weather. I'm glad to be home. So yeah, it's all good. I'm enjoying, looking forward to this weekend.
And how long are you going to be back?
I've been back 2 weeks now. I'll leave to San Diego next week.
All right. Now, last time we saw you, you faced George Soteropoulos after coaching Ultimate Fighter with Smashes. It was interesting about that season was that the most heated conflicts weren't between the contestants, but between you and George. How did it feel to finally get that win, and not just a win, but a knockout win?
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, like I said, the fight felt like it was a long time in the coming. You know, filming the show, going back to camp, and then going back to Australia to fight. It was just like a long time in the making. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of hard work that I put into it. I wanted that fight more than anything, and yeah, I just went out and put it on. You know, I went out and I just had a feeling. I just knew that I was too much. You know, I'm a little bit of the new school. George is a little bit of the old school.
You obviously seem to be very confident. You dropped them, I think, 3 or 4 times, at least once in each round. Had you been working a lot on your stand-up? Yeah,
I mean, stand-up's my main key, you know, my main aspects, you know, and I'm always working my stand-up. It was just, that whole fight was just to keep the fight where I needed to keep the fight, not put the fight in his world, keep it in my world, and do what I do best, you know, land big shots, slip and rip, you know, make them miss, make them pay.
Now, for the Coaches Challenge, you guys did something very unique for the season. It's probably the most dangerous Coaches Challenge we've seen, with a demolition rally. And it was revealed that you'd actually done quite a bit of driving and racing before.
Yeah, that's all that motor racing, demolition derby, motocross, freestyle motocross. That's my whole world. I love that, you know. That's what I'll enjoy doing outside of fighting. I mean, it's not great, obviously, with the injuries and things like that, but I've been fortunate not to go too crazy, and yeah, I just love all motorsports, motocross mainly, supercross. That's what I love doing.
Now, I think most UFC fans first got to know you when you were a contestant on the Ultimate Fighter team, US versus UK. You won that season. How was it for the roles to be reversed, for you to be on the coaching side as opposed to being one of the contestants?
Yeah, it was a lot different. I was just as hungry as being a coach as I was fighting, you know. I wanted to win just as much as I did when I was on the show myself. I just feel that I saw a lot of myself through the guys, but how much I've progressed in this sport, and where I'd come from, you know. Not that I've forgotten my roots or anything like that, but just seeing how much I've grown, how much I've grown up in the UFC. You know, I was 24-year-old when I was 23, 24 when I first signed with the UFC, and I'm 28-year-old now. You know, I've grown up with the UFC a little bit, so it's just a big experience change, you know, and I just loved every minute of it. I just want to keep winning.
And we got to see that obviously the coaching was quite successful. We got Colin Fletcher, Norman Park, and Brad as well. It seemed like they did quite well, all of them actually. Yeah. And you must have been pretty happy seeing your guys go that far in the competition.
Yeah, sure. I mean, all the guys put in the hard work that they needed to prevail, you know. I got 3 guys in the finale, and they all put in the hard work. Even Mike and Brendan, you know, 2 young guys, they got a chance to come back and perform on the card, and they went out and they put on a fight, you know, and that's what it takes to be in the UFC, and they realise that, they understand that, and they're just going to grow from that and learn from it and keep getting better.
Now, getting back to you, your next match is against Ryan Couture, UFC Stockholm. How do you feel about that matchup?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I feel that it's a fight that I can go out and exploit all my skills, you know. There's certain fights that I've had in the UFC where I've had to stick to one discipline and keep that fight where I needed to fight. Just in the last fight, you know, where this fight I feel that I'm better everywhere. I feel that I can go out there and exploit my whole skill set. It's a fight that I'm going to show the fans what I can do, you know. not that I'm underestimating Ryan at all. I train to prepare for the best, you know. I train for fighting the champion every fight, you know. I go out there and fight. I don't take no excuses, no nothing. I win, lose, or draw. I go out there, prepare for the hardest fight in my life. But I think that I'm a little bit more experienced. I fought the bigger fights, I fought the bigger opponents, and yeah, I think it's a fight that for me that it's a win fight for me. You know, I've got to go out there and I've got to perform, and that's what I want. You know, I want to go out there, entertain the Swedish fans. I mean, entertain the world. You know, it's going to be on TV in America. It's going to be on TV in England. It's going to be out there, and I just want to entertain the fans with my fighting style.
I think we're all expecting that as well. His last fight against KJ Nunes, did you see that fight?
Yeah, as soon as I found out that I was fighting Ryan, I checked him out, obviously, and I watched his last fight. Yeah, it was an interesting fight. It was very close. It was hard to call. I think KJ had his moments to finish the fight, especially. He didn't capitalise. Ryan done well to dig deep. It was a close fight. It was one of them fights in MMA what could have either went either way. Ryan got the nod. He moves on.
If you were one of the judges, who would you have scored it to?
I probably would have given it to KJ. Coming from a striking background, I think KJ landed a little bit more on the inside, hit a little bit more on the outside too. He had him hurt, but Ryan nullified that, controlled him a little bit, got inside a little bit with his knees and punches and elbows. So yeah, it was one of them fights. But me coming from a dominant striking background, I probably would have swayed for KJ.
Now, the match will obviously be in Stockholm, and last time the UFC in Stockholm, the British got a very warm reception. Are you expecting something similar when you compete?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, Alex is one of my training partners. Me and Alex have fought on 4 UFCs together, and when we've all fought on the same card, we've never been beat. You know, it's a good night, you know, when we fight together, and yeah, Alex has become a close friend, a training partner, and yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Sweden and putting on a great fight.
Is he the one who gave you the black eye?
Not this one, but believe us, he's given us a black eye before.
Who's responsible for this one?
That was actually Colin Fletcher. Really? Yeah, we were sparring, he caught us with a knee, and I got a black eye.
All right. Now, it's obviously a tough match for Alexander Gustafsson against Gegard Mousasi. How do you feel about that fight?
It's a great fight for Alex. I think if Alex doesn't let the pressure and the hype build up to him, obviously he's one step away from fighting for the world title. If he doesn't let that pressure and just carries on the momentum that he's already got, listens to his corner and his team, I think it's a fight that he can stop. It's not an impossible challenge for him. It's a great fight for him to go out there and to finish this guy. He needs to keep this fight in his world, keep it long and rangy, and land his power shots. Make sure he gets the respect from Gerard Mousasi that he deserves. You know, he needs to land that power shot to realise how hard Alex hits. And if he does land the first one, it's not going to be a long night. He hits hard, Alex, and I'm pretty confident that he can finish this fight.
And speaking of finishing fights, do you have any prediction for how your fight will go?
I want to finish it. Like I go out always to finish it, but I'm looking for another KO or TKO. Just pressure him, and yeah, looking to land that shot.
And just briefly to round off, you made a stint in featherweight as well, then went back up to lightweight. Yeah. What was it that prompted the change of weight classes, both down and up?
Well, I decided that I wanted to try it after the Barboza fight. The reason being was because I was walking around at 160, and then I only had 5 pounds to cut, you know. But I thought it was going to be easier, but it wasn't, you know. It was a lot harder to cut that extra 10 pounds. I'm walking around at 175, 180 now, and I've been doing a long Olympic lifting, a lot of strength fears, power explosion, and yeah, my muscles have grown, you know. I'm stronger now. I feel healthy. I feel way better at 55, you know. So it's just a more comfortable weight for me to fight at.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing a rejuvenated lightweight Ross Pearson at the UFC. Yeah, hungry as well, and going for a knockout.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks.
All right. Well, yeah, we look forward to seeing you in Stockholm.
Yeah, thanks. I can't wait to get there.
Programmet presenteras av betsafe.com.